Hey guys, Michael here from Dapper Raptor. In this video, we're going to go over common issues that people run into with map capture. So map capture is by far the most common area that people run into issues with integration. And there's been quite a number of additions made to Quest Map Pro recently to address some of the common pitfalls. So I figured maybe going over it all in one place would be a good idea. This written version will be also updated when this video goes live. So jump into the engine. So the first thing people have been running into is, as of the last couple of versions, for some reason the construction script on the map helper isn't quite updating. So I've gone through, I've just created a quick level, and I've set up my target points. I've put them on the actor, and I've clicked update helper actor. But when I hit capture map image, for some reason it should be making a folder in here called helper capture, and for whatever reason it's just not. I haven't quite narrowed down the issue here. Hopefully this will be fixed in the future, but all you need to do is just change a setting. Even if you change that setting back and then you hit capture again, it will work. So I'm not really sure what the deal is there. So the next one we can see here, we're not actually getting any of our shapes. And the reason for that is the helper capture is actually going to happen at the bottom of this camera. So we are making a capture at 0 here. So if I move this up a little bit and we capture again, we can see now we're getting a little bit of it. So there's a couple of ways around this. You can either just manually place the height of your actor, or if you want to keep it down here, you can set a height offset. So if we look at a side view of our level here and we measure, we need to be at least, looks like this is actually the tallest point. We need to be at least, say, 5,000 in the air. So if we put in here 5,000, then we hit capture, we now have our entire map. So that's a really simple one that people run into that you can get around. The next one is one that I can't demonstrate here because I can't get it to recreate reliably. Everyone else seems to run into it non-stop, but I get it sometimes and sometimes not. If you're using ultra dynamic sky, for one reason or another, you're going to get a capture that looks something like this, or maybe all black, or maybe it'll have more of this noise. That's a problem unique to capturing under ultra dynamic sky. There is a couple of workarounds available on here. But if you look in the map helper here and go down to fixes, there's actually an option here called apply directional lighting. And if you just click that on and do your capture, it will fix it. Now it's going to make this map very white because we've got lots of light in here already. But in an ultra dynamic sky project, it should come out pretty nice. If that does not work, then there is an extra set of settings here you can go through and change as well. And then finally, the other one, which has been most recently added, is directed at plugins like Riverology and Oceanology and such. For whatever reason, when you're using those plugins, the river will just turn up black. So let's jump into the Riverology map here. I'm just going to use their production map. And let's go through the process of quickly adding in the helper map helper here. So we want to start off with adding in some target points. So this would all be stuff you'd do as part of your normal integration. One there, and then one over here. Okay, then we can go back to perspective and we can add a helper in here. And now that our map helper is in, we can settle up for the target points. Hit update helper actor, and then we'll just set a setting and turn it off. I'll raise the resolution on this given the map's a bit bigger than the last one. And now if we give it a height offset as well, and then we hit capture map image, what we're going to see is this here. Our river is actually completely black. And in fact, this map's quite dark, so let's turn on the directional lighting. And obviously this is very, very bright, but you can see right here that our river is completely black. So the way we can fix that is with a little prep work on the river actor itself. So if we jump into actually to begin with, we'll stay on our map helper here. Down here under the apply directional lighting, we've also got apply material fixes. Now, if you enable this, what this will do is it will go through any actors or classes of actors here and will attempt to add a new material on top of it. So if I click add on actors to fix and I select our Riverology, I can then tell it to add a material to this. So let's make a really simple material here. And let's just call it yellow, and let's just make it just completely yellow. So one in red, one in blue, sorry, green. Save that. And now let's click here and type in yellow. Now this will not do anything straight away because we need to actually make a few small changes in the actor. So this specifically requires that you are working with an actor. I will be adding in the next update an option to just do it static meshes, but that's going to be a little bit longer still. So for now it works on actors. All you need to do is open up the actor. We don't need any of this logic here. Oops, I've opened the helper actor, sorry. We need to open the Riverology actor. And let's close all these tabs. And what we want to do is we want to go to class settings and we just want to add an interface that's called material fix. That will give us down here two functions. The first one is get material. So this is for you to tell the helper what the current material is so that it can go back. Now on the Riverology actor, we're actually able to set the material here. And this can be set differently per actor. So we want to use this one here. So in other instances, you might use a static mesh and drag in and get the material off that. But for this one, we're just going to give it that material variable. Right there. And then the other one is set material. Now for this one, we want to use a couple of bits of logic from Riverology. So get spline component. No. Get spline mesh components. Yep, that's the one. And then in here, we're going to go for each loop. And we just want to go set material. And the one we want to use, I believe, is that one there. Yep. And that is it. We should be able to now do this. So if we have set this up correctly, when we go to our map helper, we've got it set as yellow. We should be able to hit capture map image. And we're going to see our map is now, for some reason, the wrong color. Let's try again. Yeah, so the material had to be, like the shader had to be built. So that was the reason we got different ones there. So that's how you do that. Now, with Riverology, it does give you this weird after effect. Once you restart the engine, it will go away. This is just a temporary thing. So don't stress too much about that. This will work also on classes. So if we remove this and we add the class, Riverology, BP underscore Riverology, and we set this to, let's actually leave it as yellow for a second. So because we've already set up the logic in the class, this will now just work fine. And there we go, see it again. Now in QuestMap Pro now is included, because this was specifically targeted at Riverology and Oceanology, there is these two materials here. So you can just whack one of these on here and you'll get something a bit more like a river. Now that may come up grey. Yeah, it did, because we need to prepare the shaders. So that is one caveat. You might want to just click open the material and then do it. So now we've captured that. We can see we've got more of a water texture on there. And the other one looks like this. There. So that's how you get around the blackness of those. And this can be used for anything else. So for instance, if you wanted to add in a single actor here, let's make this a bit bigger so that it stands out on the map. Make this like 10, 10, 10. So we've got this big tree here. If I click on our map helper and go capture map image, we're going to see, I don't even know where that thing is. There it is. There's our tree that we just added, our stylized tree. But if we wanted that to be, for whatever reason, bright yellow, we could do that. We just go into the test actor again. We click class settings, and then we add material fix. That will get us our get material. Now, in this case, we're going to use the tree mesh, and we're going to go get material. And we want to make sure we get the right element. So if we look at the tree here, the leaves which are on top are actually element 1. So we want to change this to element 1 and put that there. And then for set material, we want to do more or less the reverse. We go set material. We give it element 1. And we just feed it back here. So now what we can do is we can add, let's just add 4 of these. And let's say we want, by default, all of them to be yellow. So we go in here, we add test actor, and we set this as yellow. But then we want one, say this one here, to be another color. So we can select that one specifically. And let's make a duplicate of our yellow material. And let's just change the color. Let's make this, a teal. And go back to our map helper, and we set this one up as yellow 1, because that was our teal material. So now what's going to happen is it's going to go through, it's going to make all the Riverology actors this river color. It's going to make all the test actors this yellow one, except for this one, which we've told to make teal. So if we hit capture map image, we can see now we've got our river, we've got our yellow trees, and we've got our teal tree. So hopefully that helps out. Yeah, so these are all designed to help you navigate around some issues with the map capture. If you run into any other issues, please by all means jump in the Discord or reach out or leave comments down below. And thank you very much for watching.